Hello, welcome back to Cracking the Cryptic, and an absolutely brilliant idea for a puzzle today, and execution of it. It's called "That's Three in the Corner" by Epsilon. Hopefully, you will have heard a proper intro to this video, but I don't play an instrument, so I'm relying on the fact that Simon might do one for me. Anyway, we'll look at that in a minute. Now, don't forget all the good stuff associated with the channel on Patreon, where Simon put up a solve of the Sudoku Town murders, which is a brilliant idea yesterday. 100-minute video. It's really good fun, actually. It's a very clever idea for a puzzle. I mean, it's a very complicated rule set, I think, which is why it's over on Patreon, not on the main channel. We try and keep it a little bit simpler here, but I know such things are relative. That's on Patreon. There's always other stuff on Patreon. We're working up to the 1st of April, which will be a new monthly reward there. Then, of course, check out the Discord server where this puzzle first got published in a different form, and it's been polished up to this form, which is good. And all of our apps and our merchandise and Sven's SUDOKU PAD, all on the links under the video. The first link is to this puzzle, but I'm not going to do this first. I'm going to look at yesterday's puzzle first. Now, this was Pi by Ard van der Wetering, and yes, I ironically published this under the title "This Puzzle Seems Irrational," but it was my move after about 9.5 minutes in the puzzle that was the most irrational, because I looked at this 5, and the rule that says that every digit along the line from 2 digits along the line must differ by at least 3, and somehow my brain flatulence concluded that I should write 2 and 3 as the possibilities in that cell. As some of you noticed, that's not actually accurate. It should have been 2 and 8. And I don't know, I've had a severe talking to my brain to explain that 2 and 3 was wrong there. Now, later in the puzzle, I got these, without having used the wrong notation that I ended up with in these 2 cells. I got these right as 4 here, 7, 8, 9 as possibilities there, 2, 3, 5 there. And what I should have been able to point out was that if we were to put 8 there, we would end up with 2 here. It can't be 3 because of the knight's move constraint in this puzzle. That would force this to be 5, and that's impossible because that 2-5 pair would both be seeing this cell, which has to be 2 or 5. So that's why this couldn't be an 8. And I did not make that deduction during the video. I should have done. I am very happy for you guys to point things out like that sort of mismarking, because it you know, you want to see a logical solve to the puzzle, and I understand that. And being human, I don't always achieve it. But we are going to try again, back into the fray once more, and once more into the breach, dear friends. And I'm going to try That's 3 in the Corner and see if it is. I mean, I love the presentation of this puzzle. We have 3 depicted in thermos in all the corner boxes. And maybe that's its religion in the middle. I don't know. But it's a lovely idea. Now, the rules are these. Normal Sudoku rules apply. Along thermometers, as you'll be familiar with, digits increase from the bulb to the tips. So we increase going along there to this tip, and we also increase going from the bulb to that tip, for instance. A white dot joins 2 consecutive digits. Not all such dots are given. The purple box is a magic square with each 3-cell row, column, and diagonal adding to the same number. So fairly simple set of rules. Do give it a try on the link under the video. And I am going to start now. Let's get cracking. So there's Simon does a very elegant proof of magic squares and some of the basic things we know about them. And okay, we'll start with a big secret that you may know or you may not, but being a watcher of this video puts you amongst our favourite people. And we tell you, therefore, that by the rules of Sudoku, every box in a puzzle contains the digits 1 to 9 and therefore adds up to 45, which is the sum of those digits. Now, if these 3 rows are all going to add up to 45, then they all add up to 15, because that's 45 divided by 3. So that must be the total of each row, column, and diagonal, because they all have to be the same. Now, what can we put in the middle that is going to be addable with every pair of digits in the box to give 15? Well, one way to look at it is that if you do those 4 sums, you've got 4 lots of 15 equals 60. If you subtract out each of these cells once each, that's 45. So you're left with 15, which must represent 3 more lots of the middle digit. So that's a 5. And that is always true of one of these magic squares using the numbers 1 to 9. Now, the next thing we know about magic squares is that we have odd digits here. And how do we know that? We know that because, let's consider where 9 can go in a magic square. If it went in a corner, it would be part of 3 sums of 15, 1 across, 1 down, and 1 diagonal. Now, 9 can only make up twice to 15 using Sudoku digits. 942 you could put there, 951 you could put there, but then there'd be no other digits you could add to 9 to make 15. So 9 can't be in a corner. It must be in one of these cells touching the 5, and therefore it's opposite of 1 to make the sum of 15 one way or the other. And once you put an odd digit here, you're going to have to flank it by 2 even digits to make an odd sum. So you're going to get even digits in the corner, you're going to get odd digits touching the 5, and now we can actually use this thermo in this puzzle. That's what we know about magic squares, basically, anyway. So if this is going to be smaller than that, I think this has to be, and that has to be smaller than 5. I think this has to be a 3, so we're away. Oh no, hang on, that's not necessarily a 1. It's a 1 or a 2 there, because we've gone out of the magic square. We don't know about the parity. This is a 7 to make the sum work to 15. Now these are a 1-9 pair. Flanking the 3, we have to add up to 12. So that's an 8-4 pair. And down here we have a 2-6 pair. And the magic square will work, but there's still 2 possible orientations. We could have either 4 or 8 in its corner. Now that's on a white dot, and this can't be 3. I'm beginning to wonder, is there a chance this is going to be a parity colouring puzzle? Because the possibilities for this cell, for instance, are all odd now, 5, 7, and 9. But I'm kind of running out of stuff to do. This is so low, it doesn't really tell us about these. Right, okay, let's look at this box. Is completely filled by thermos. So what we know about thermos is that if there's a 1 on a thermo, it must be on the bulb. And here in this box, every cell is on a thermo. So the 1 must be on the bulb cell. That's got to be a 1. Right, and now that takes 1 out of this cell. So in this box, 1 must now be on a bulb, because it can't be in those cells, and it must therefore be on the thermo. So we can put a 1 here. Oh, that gives us 2 in this bulb. So I'm glad I didn't write 1 in there. Okay, now this can't be a 1, so we can put 1 on the bulb down in box 9. And now this can't be a 1. That's really very pretty. So we can put 1 on the bulb there. That's really nice. So the non-bulb squares are taken out very literally 1 by 1 in these corner boxes. Okay, we've got now 2 looking at these, well, looking at this cell in particular. Yeah, that's lovely. So where can 2 go in box 3 here? It cannot go anywhere else on the thermo. That's the point, because it would have to have a smaller number than it in between 1 and 2. And we can't put 1.5 in a Sudoku cell. That is a known fact. So 2 now is going to have to go in the white cell here, in the non-thermo cell. And look at that, beautifully rules it out of this one. So it's got to go on the next available thermo cell up. And that rules it out of this one. This is beautiful. So we get 2 here. Is this going to work with 3s and 4s as well? I have no idea. So now we've got 2 in one of those 2 cells. Clearly it can't be here because you'd have to put digits in between 1 and 2 in between them. And we get a 2 there. 2 ends up in one of these 2 and one of these 3 and one of these 3, and that's not all that helpful. But now what can we do with 3? Yes, look, everything remaining in this box, well, everything remaining in this box is on a thermo, but that doesn't actually tell us which of these 3 cells I think 3 is in. However, down here everything has to come through these 3, so we can actually fill in 3, 4, 5 along them. Because if we put them anywhere else, some other lower digit that doesn't exist would have to intrude. So that's what we get in box 3. I'm not going to get a 3 in the corner here. This one is 6, 7, 8, or 9. Now, what is that telling us? We don't know about that. Okay, this didn't continue. It didn't rule. Well, it rules 3 out of that cell. So now 3 is going to be in one of those 2 in box 1. But 3 can still be in one of those 2 in box 7. And in any of these 3, I think, in box 9. I'm not going to pencil mark that. Oh, what next? This is where I start getting very tempted to pencil mark everything, but that is not a popular way to go about this, and rightly so. 3, 2, 4. Don't know, we haven't made any progress on the magic square, have we? Oh, right, look, yes, this is interesting. So, column 9, look at column 9. Okay, this is the straightforward question, I think, is where does 1 go in column 9? Well, actually, no, where do 1 and 9 go? That's straightforward. 1 and 9 can never be on middling cells on a thermo. 9 always has to be on a tip if it's on a thermo. 1 always has to be on a bulb. So 1 and 9 can't be in those cells, so they must be in these 3. But actually, that applies to 8 as well, because we know that can't be 8. I've pencil marked it. It's got 2 higher cells, that's the point. So I've pencil marked it as 6 or 7. Both of these have 2 higher cells, so they can't be 8, or you'd have to go 9, 10 on the thing. So this is a 1, 8, 9 triple, I think, in the final column. And I mean, thank goodness I've for once done that without just having to pencil mark everything to death. Now, we get 3, 6, 7. One of these is a 3 in this column. I was going to say that means the 4 in the box is in one of these, but it doesn't necessarily. The 4 can still be there. I'm just wondering, as you go around here, okay, I am going to pencil mark this just to show the effect in the bottom row. I think this is right. This is a 7-cell thermo, effectively. And that means there's only 2 degrees of freedom on it. This could be 3, 4, and 5. The point is, in these cells, every digit must be above 4. Now, if we were to make this 6 or 7, then all of these 6 digits, remember these 2 have to be higher than the corner. If we were to make that 6 or 7, all of these digits would be higher than 4, and we'd have to fit 1, 2, 3, and 4 into 3 cells, which is an impossibility. So this is not 6 or 7. This is, in fact, that's 3 in the corner, losing its religion, trying to keep up with you. There we go. So that's a 3. This now is 6 or 7, with 7 or 8 there, 8 or 9 there. Oh, look, where does 9 go in column 8? That's a lovely question, because there's a triple there, so it doesn't go in these 3 white cells. And remember, 9 can never go in an intermediate cell or a bulb on a thermo, so it's not in those either. and therefore there's only one cell left, and that's really helpful because that finishes box 3 with a 6 in the corner this time. 7 there, so we finished that. These are from 4, 5 and 6. This is a very clever puzzle, I am here to tell you. Now, we haven't broken the possibilities here. We've got 2 in one of those cells. We now, well, I mean, we could have known for ages that 1 is in one of those 3 as well, but I'm writing it in. Shut up. Whoever you are who keeps texting me while I'm doing this. Absolute insanity. Right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Don't know. Yes. No. I was going to say that can't be 3. I have no idea, actually. Okay, but surely some of this that we've done, these are from 2, 4, 5 and 6. That's all they can be. Oh, we've got a 5, 1, 9 triple looking at that cell. That must be an 8. This can't be a 4. This can't be 2 or 6. Yes, I'm forgetting the effect of these pairs. That can't be a 5 actually as well. Doesn't really clear it all up, but 3 is confined to one of those 2 cells, 7 to one of those 2. This one is 4 or 6 because it sees all the other digits either in the row or the column. Ah, come on, what am I not getting here? There's a 1 somewhere there, there's a 2 somewhere there. This is even. Ooh, this is taking me back to wondering about parity. This must be 3 or 7. If that's even, it must be sitting next to an odd consecutive number, which can't be 1, 5 or 9. So that is 3 or 7. This can't be 2 because I've just noticed the pair there. If this was 2, that would have to be 3. I don't quite know where I should go. Right. Well, there's a stacking issue. If that was 6, this would become 5, and that cell would be impossible. So it's not. And if that's not 6, this isn't 7. Oh, have I... This column. Right, 9 in this column, obviously, can't be in the highlighted thermo cells, so it must be in one of these 3. 8 can't be here because of this, yes. So 8 also has to be in these 3, but it can't be there on the... it can't. 8 is looking at that cell, and it can't be there either because that is next to an even number on the consecutive dot. So 8 goes here. Now 7 is actually, it could even be there. No, okay, that's not so helpful. 8, 7, 2, 6, 1. This is 3, 4, 5 or 9. Can't be a 9 because that would need an 8 there. So this is 3, 4 or 5. But this can still be 2. 5, 1, 9, 8 is what it can't be. So it's 2, 3, 4 or 6. I'm sure there's some much more obvious step that I'm not quite spotting here. 2, 3, 5, 7. These are bigger. 4 has to be up here. 1, 4 or 9. Just looking down this column. 4, 6 or 8. 5, 7. Ooh, nearly getting some triples or something. Not quite. If that was a 5, this would be 6, that would be 7, 8, 9, and this would be 4. Oh look, a 4, 5 pair in this column. I hadn't seen that. Okay, so we've got a 2, 6 pair now. That doesn't resolve the dot. But it does mean these are from 3, 4, 5, 7. This one can't be 3 or 4 because of that group. So it's 5 or 7. This can't be 7, so it's 3, 4 or 5 now, which is part of a 3, 4, 5 triple in the row. So this is 1 or 9, but it can't be 9 because 9's in one of those two cells in the column. So this is a naked 1, a weird naked 1. We get the 9 there. We haven't solved the magic square at all. In fact, the whole disambiguation of columns 4 and 6 is just going to be done by this dot, I think. Just noticed. 8, 1, 5, 9, 7, 6, 2, 3. No, can't see how to do these. Now I got this 1. Yeah, I could have done that more easily earlier. Never mind. I've got 3 up here. Oh, can that be a 3? There, those would look like the only places 3 could be in the column. If that was a 3, 1, 5, 9, this would be 7, 6. They need to have 2 and 4 here. That's all right. That works. 2, 9, 5, 1, 8, 7, 6, 2. It feels like this bottom row is more constrained than I'm kind of understanding. But I can't see how. Maybe this first column, which has so many endings. Oh, 9 must be in one of those cells in this box. I mean, that's just straightforward. That's just ordinary thermoness that I'm just not spotting. 9 being in one of those cells means it's not here. 8, 7 are done. That can't be 7. That runs up the thermo a bit. Now we've got a 5, 6 pair in the row, and this is a 4, and that's not. Now this is a 1, 2, 9 group, just as we had a 1, 8, 9 group here. That can't be a 2. Come on, keep going. 8, 8. So one of these two is 8. Aha! That's great, because it can't be here, because that can't be 9. So 8 must be here. 9 is there. Let's take out the other pencil marks of 8 and 9 in the box. 9 there. 9 in one of those. This must be 9 in column 8, column 2, that is, sorry. That's not a 9, so now we've got a 4, 6, 8 triple. Not sure what that does. 3, 4, 5, and 6 are the numbers remaining in this box. Ooh, that might have an impact here. Okay. 1, 3, 4, 8. I'm just wondering if I can definitely put 7 on a tip. I don't think so. It could still be there. Can't quite see it. Right. What have we got in this row? 5, 6, and 7. That's all we have left to place in the row. That doesn't butter any parsnips. Ah, come on. It's something obvious. Oh, 4. We got that. So this became a 5. This is where 4 goes in the box. Yes, that's fixed the whole triple. Right, now we've got one of the white dots done at last. 6 there is not looking at that one. 2 and 3 are looking at this. So that's 4 or 6. This must be odd and it can't be 5. That's a 3. So white dots to the rescue. 3, 4. We can place 2. Now we can place 3 in this box. This can't be 3 or 4. That is a naked 5. That makes this a 6, and then we can go back and do 7. This is now 6, and they're not. 2 and 6, that's fixed this box. This is a 7-9 pair. Which I can't order them. Yes, I can. I can order them. It's fine. That 7 is sorting them out. So 9 and 7. And now we get the magic square done. We get an 8 here. That's going to put 4 there. The 8, let's just look down the diagonal, needs a 2. That puts 6 there. And to make everything add up to 15, we fill in 1 and 9 like that. Then we can do 6 and 5. I was going to say must be able to finish the first 3 columns, but no, I'm left with a pair. That 5, 7's not been resolved. This sees 2 and 9. So we're I've just noticed we only get 1 3 in the corner. The other corners are a 5, 6, and 8, which clearly keep their religion fine. That's a 1. This is a 4, 5, 6 triple. That is as useful as a chocolate teapot. No, it is more useful than a chocolate teapot because it proves that's not 4 or 6. So that's 8. We can do this 6, 5 pair. We've got a 3, 7 pair. Lots still to resolve, actually. 7, 1, 2, 9, 5. This is 3 or 4 because it can't be 8 or 6. And that forms a lovely pair in the row. And that's going to finish us off, I think. 6 there, 8 here. That 6 finishes the triple down here. That deals with the 7, 5 pair. That deals with the 7, 3 pair. We get a 4, 3, 4, and 2 cells to go. What a clever puzzle. And I'm finishing off, as if by magic, with 3 in the corner of a box. And that's 3 in the corner. Very nice, Epsilon. That is a really neat puzzle, executed in a brilliant way. I mean, I love that one. That's very clever. And it certainly deserves some guitar by Simon. Thank you, as always, for watching us on the channel. We do love your comments, whatever they're about. Thank you very much. And thank you for being such a wonderful community, as Simon said lately. We really appreciate it. And it's great to have you with us. Hope to see you again soon. Bye for now.